Hello, this is Adam Henderson. I'm going to review another game, a tournament game that I played against a strong player. Um, Here's Dave Johnson. You can see at his peak he was 1986. He's getting a little older, but he's still very strong. And um, I wanted to highlight this game just to show that older players can often play extremely strong games if they're, um, you know, if they've been experts previously. So you shouldn't assume that's going to be a breeze. And so let's take a look at this game. So I did draw the blank, which was nice, but a little bit of a clunky rack. I don't know where I positioned this. Let me pause for a second. I have to guess. I'm just gonna have to guess where I position this. Um, I mean, I could have positioned this anywhere. This is why it's so important to. I'm guessing I positioned it here because of his next play was Burke. And it's Burke scored 16. No, so he didn't play it there. Maybe I played. Maybe I played it here. Yeah, and I think he played Burke here. So it's recommending I burn my blank here and play jam. I played germ here for 21. I wonder, because normally a blank is considered to be like 25 points of equity. So that's why I was thinking germ was better here. So I'm curious why it thinks jam is better. Because that's only 19 more points than germ. So you're sacrificing 6 points. Maybe it's because the leave of JN blank is in the negative. Let's take a look at what this leave is. It's only 23.8. Even at 23.8, it would be 44. This play of germ would be 44. So I don't know. Maybe it's because of the defensive value of jam. I don't know. If any experts are watching, maybe you can explain why jam is better, or maybe jam just isn't better. It also likes jug, which I can understand that. Doesn't really like germ so much. You can see, I don't know what these values are, but it says 46, 42, 39. So it's interesting. I mean, I definitely would have liked to have gone back and played jam instead, considering what happened next. So he had a natural dive bomb. He plays it for 98, or it's actually, it says he plays it for 92. But it was supposed to be a natural. So maybe he just, because the first blank was a T, so this must have been a natural. So he must have just scored this 6 points lower than it should have been. He scored this as 92. Really nice find on his part. I'm not sure if I would have. I'm not really sure how easy this play is to find. Maybe it's easier to find than it looks. Um, Either way, it's a nice play that he found it. It couldn't be too easy to find that play. Um, I had Yaj, except Yaj wasn't playable yet because this tournament was in February. So I couldn't play this quite yet. Um, Jenny is 30. I decided to just play An here for 34. I guess I liked An because it could use that Y hook for germ. But really, I should have probably just gone with Jenny, and so I could bingo soon. And An leaves the J, so yeah, Jenny is probably the play. It's really hard to bingo with the J, and with my blank, I should be focusing on bingoing. Maybe that's why Jam was a better play. It was just because the J is so clunky when you're trying to bingo. And really, if you get a blank early on in the game, maybe you should just try to bingo rather than do anything fancy like I was trying to do. So anyway, I went with An. This move's a little too fancy. I should have just played Jenny. Um, a lot of times in tournaments, it's very tempting to make a fancy play rather than a play that's just not as fancy of a word, but it's just more sound. Um, and a word like Jeremy isn't going to draw a challenge from a really strong player like Dave Johnson, so I shouldn't have played that. Uh, and here he plays Sagiest, which I challenged, but the weird thing about Sagiest is, so he scored it for 68. Yeah, that's the weird thing is he plays it here, so I don't know why he played it there rather than below peg. So that was a little weird, but it's just like I challenged this word because I feel like I've never seen it. Let's take a look. And this is another reason why um, a player like Dave Johnson is so strong, is he knows these words. I don't know. Sagius, I felt like I'd never seen the word in my life. And yeah, it's not on here, so that's why I felt like I never saw it, because I probably never have saw it. I mean, it seems high enough probability, but just a high probability word that I've never come across. Now, before you make fun of me for not knowing Sagiest, I mean, I am a strong player. I'm like 1700 now. Um, if you look at these words, this is kind of like my private word list. I kind of have a what I would call a chaos um, method of studying. So I just what I did is I just every time I would learn a new word, I would just save it using Ziziva on this challenge sheet, and then I just make like flashcards out of these. And so I doing it this way, I get a good variety of word lengths, and you can see most of these are 7 or 8 letter words that I studied. But yeah, this is the main thing I used to study. I made flashcards out of these for me, it was a lot more fun than studying by probability. I think I would have never have enjoyed studying by probability. So if you're like me and studying all the most probable words first just isn't appealing to you, I recommend the chaos method. And if you want to know more about the chaos method, put ask me more about the chaos method now down in the comments. And please like my video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So yeah, I challenged Sagiest and lost a turn. One thing about challenging is it's a double-edged sword, obviously. Like, you can lose a turn, but so many times I've also let words go that I should have just challenged. So Sagius just happened to be one of the few high probability words that I just did not know. And so I can't really blame myself for challenging here. But I still feel like this was an interesting. Also, I had a terrible rack when I challenged as well. So I was not likely to win the game if it stayed. So the rest of this game, I'm not sure if it's going to be too interesting. We will see. I think, yeah, he's played Shown. So now the score is 79 to 212. Again, he misscored Dive Von by 6 points. Here I played Jill for 27. He plays Rind for 10. And here I played a terrible play. I played Yeah for 35. But you can see I must have played too quickly, because Anywhere would have scored 89 and would have brought me right back into this game. That would have put me at 195 to 228. That would have definitely put me right back into this game. So even though it may have looked like it was kind of glim, I was really not that far away from being right back into this game. I also had Ab Henry, which would have been kind of fun. Ab Henry, which also takes an S. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, obviously wasn't gonna do that. I played Yeah for 35. Where does Yeah play for 35? I do not know where Yeah plays for 35. This is a weird one. Alright, let me pause it. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, I think I figured it out. So Rind must have played in a different spot. He must have played Rind in a different spot. So let me see if I can figure this out. Where else Rind plays for 10? I mean, Ryan plays for 10 here, but does that really give... Yeah, it does. It does give me a yes spot for... So... I still had Ab Henry in Anywhere, but here, yeah, plays for 35 now. He plays No for 20. And here, I was able to find a bingo, but the word was vaunters, which I had much better play of parvenu here. Now, have I seen that word? I have. It's 2013, so yeah, parvenu. I'm mostly used to seeing that word without the final E like that. You can play it with the final E. So I didn't see parvenu. I didn't see revenual. I don't think I've ever seen that word. I'll write that one down. So yeah, I had to go with vaunters, which is sad. When I that missed me out on 27 points. If I would have found parvenu here. Oh man. And I should have seen that word because it's not like I haven't studied it. Revenue, I can forgive myself because I've just never seen the word, but parvenu, with the final E, at least I've seen it before. So I'm not sure if the mistake was I played vaunters too quickly or what was going on. But yeah, anyway, vaunters comes down. Yeah, parvenu, I feel like is a word I should have seen even under pressure. He plays oi here. So he's making a lot of low scoring plays. So oi for 7. Kind of a strange play. He looks like he had a lot better plays, including oi for 14. This is a very strange play. He plays oi for 7. See, he had all these other places he could have played oi. He plays it for 7. So I'm not sure if he played it here or here. I'm not sure why you would play it up there, but I'm not really sure why you would play it here either when he has better options. I think he played it here. I forgot to take a picture of this. It's a lot more difficult to remember to take pictures after a game than it sounds because these games are just so high pressure that after they're over, it's just like you want to get away from your opponent. I, I must not be the only one that feels this way. Let me know if you have any experiences with forgetting to take a picture. It's a lot easier to forget to take a picture than it might sound. So here, after vaunters, I did draw the other blank, but unfortunately, too many vowels to go with it. So it is saying koto is the best play. That is what I did. He plays kava for... Okay, so there's no V's left. For 24. And Quag comes down for 34 for me. And he plays Dirts for 24. And this was This position here, he plays dirts for 24. Where does dirts play for 24? But this position here was the position that was really interesting to me. If I can figure out what's going on. Okay, I think I figured out. He played Oi here instead of one spot up. So, again, it's a really weird play. I have no idea what he was thinking. So, yeah. Oi. Oh, and then Koto. Sorry, bad posture. Kava. Quag. And now he plays dirts. Like, he couldn't play dirts there either. Yeah, I have no idea. This is so weird. Where does he play dirts? Okay. I mean, there's no way he played this here and scored by 6 points again. That makes no sense, but maybe he did. I have no idea. I'm really at a loss on where he played dirts. So I'm going to do that just so I can see if I can figure out what's going on here. So at this point, it's showing the score as I have 261 and he has 297. So he misscored himself a full 12 points. That's the only place I can possibly think that he may have played dirts and misscored again by 6 points. That's the only thing I can think of. It's kind of weird that he keeps misscoring himself. So here, without even thinking, I just played unenroll. But as it turns out, there's no actual bingo here. And the weird thing about unenroll is that I feel like it should be a word, because when I checked after the game, because I feel like I've seen the word like in a college setting, and it's just not a word. And it's not even a word if you put a lot of unwords are only words if you put an ed, but it's still not a word even if you put an ed. So I'm just gonna check Google here. See, there's unenrolled and unenrollment. So it says unenrolled is definitely a word. No, it says it's in the unabridged. This word should not be an unabridged word, though. That's just the weirdest freaking thing. I wonder. All right, give me a moment. I was just so. I mean, when I played it, I didn't know that it was going to be a word. But I wanted to show this game just to show how strong of a player he was. But yeah, this Dave Johnson guy is no pushover. He did hold this play. He didn't challenge it right away. He thought about it for quite a bit, and he did find the challenge eventually. But I mean, good on him for challenging it. I'm just curious, 'cause I have the one of my favorite dictionaries is when I was on the NASPA dictionary committee. They had me pour over this dictionary because they wanted to update the long word list. It was tons and tons of hours of unpaid work, which the unpaid part was the part that eventually caused me to resign. But um, it was frustrating because even out, it was me and a few other people, and our work never even made it into the Scrabble dictionary because we sent out. It was tons of words that we sent to Merriam-Webster, and I guess I was told that because we sent them so many words, they just didn't have time to look over all of them, and so they just we didn't do anything as a NASPA committee. John Chu, if you're watching, I actually support John Chu. I'm planning on making a video. I think what he's doing is great. Uh, John Chu recently, or it was in the NASPA, one of the NASPA newsletters. Uh, I can even find it, but I'm just make this video too long. But in the NASPA newsletter, it said that John Chu is making like the editor of chief of a new dictionary, Canadian dictionary. I mean, I totally support it. Like, we need more dictionaries. Um, One of the things I really love is I love this dictionary because it's just so wonky and weird, and that's the kind of words I just really love. Um, and while I'm talking about dictionaries, I did buy this dictionary. It cost me like it's a hard copy. It cost me $80. It's still in the wrap. I'm waiting for a special day to open it. But this is just gonna be another word source that I study. I'm um, really trying to take Scrabble seriously and study a lot of words. I don't just study up to 8 letters. I study nines and tens as well. For me, nines and tens are just chef's kiss. I love the longer words, even if they're not that useful. I still love them. So I'm gonna look up and see if unenroll is in here. Because one of the things I really like about this dictionary is I turn to the and look at all these words. And the sad part is that you have all these longer words. I'll zoom in on. You have all these longer words, and none of them, or not very many of them, are actually valid because whoever first culled this dictionary, this is one of the 5 original sources, is the Funkin' Wagnalls. Whichever dictionary group just ignored all the words longer than 8 letters when they were culling this dictionary. So let's see, uncurl. I have to go to the next page. I want to see if unenroll is in here. Well, I'm wondering if unenrolled is it. Yeah, unenrolled is in this dictionary. So um, the ed should be unenrolled with the ed at the very least should be a word. I think unenroll without the ed should be a word, but in any case, I was very dismayed when we went to the challenge computer and it was no good. Um, the rest of this game is not really important, but I wanted to get to this point. Thanks for watching. We're already at 30 minutes, and I'll see you in the next video.